Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I almost said Monday. Yesterday's video was just crap, and I don't know why I even bothered filming it. Anyway, I know that a couple people probably seen it. Actually, I think it was 4. But I don't know if you got all the way through it before I hit private. Anyway, I was talking about other YouTubers, of course, along with, Florida Man. And I don't know, I just kept rambling and said some things I wish I hadn't said. So that's why I took it down. That's all I'll say about that. So, just so you know, I'm kind of in I don't know what kind of mood I'm in. I've got a lot of anxiety going on. This is race week. We got a lot going on at work. We're having visitors. And people's just stressed out, I guess, is what you can say. And it's kind of rubbing off on me, making me more stressed. We got this rain going on, which we need the rain. Not complaining about the rain whatsoever. But, it just, I think, oh, Lord, the fields at the racetrack's going to be nothing but mud. I have to drive, and that stresses me out. And, Vern, I'm going to be like Tim and just say, I just can't handle all this. I'm getting out of here. No, I'm not getting out of here. I will handle it as best I can. As I said in my little short, just be patient, and this too shall pass. Now, the rain is supposed to end today as far as being constant, although it is sprinkling right now. But hopefully the flooding part will be over. There is a chance of thunderstorms every day. And, of course, Sunday there's a higher chance, which is when the race. But as we saw this past weekend, we have all night. We have all night. I think there is a curfew. I think we do have a curfew of maybe 2 o'clock a.m. So, and it may be that it's 1 o'clock a.m. I'm not sure. But I do believe there is a curfew at the track. Meaning that, at some time or another, they'll have to stop it. They can't just run all night. But you should have known, if it's a race week in Wilkes County, it's going to rain. If it's a Merle Fest, it's going to rain. Although I don't think it rained much this year. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to rain. Doesn't matter if you have it in April, September, July. Going to rain. Going to rain. So this dude here has his windows down. I guess he thinks the rain's over. Okay, Vicky. Oh, he's in there. I see now. I didn't think anybody was in there. All right, what are you doing? That's right. Go the heck on. Because I'm looking for a parking place. I thought I was here at the right time, but I guess I'm too early. Just go on up to the top of the hill, Vicky. Get it over with. You need to walk anyway. You need to walk anyway. So I really haven't been watching Florida Man since Sunday, I guess. And I couldn't tell you what he even did, so. I know I see those thumbnails and I think, God. And that's probably what he thinks when he sees mine. I really don't care. Don't care. What else is going on? What do you want to talk about? I don't really have much to say. Because everything I say gets me in trouble. Everything I say gets me in trouble. Alright, I'm going down here and park. Because that's what I do. I think it's time for a Atomic Sage or someone like that to put up a good parody video. I need a good parody video to laugh at. Oh, I know what I'm going to talk about. I just remember what I'm going to talk about. This is probably going to tick some people off, but they'll get over it. And I don't think it's any of you that watch, Florida Man, but some of the others might, if they happen to see this video, they might get upset. But I don't care. We'll say it anyway. So I was watching Yankee in the South. It's live this weekend. And I know some of you know who they are. Some of you don't. And that's fine. I don't, I've said my piece about them. I just accept them for what they are. And, I'm not going to tell them how to do their videos. Obviously they know more than me. But they called my friend Aaron the P word. And y'all know what the P word is. Because he was at the opening of the Dolly, Tennessee truck stop, travel stop, whatever you want to call it. And they called him the P word because he didn't say hello to him. And they said something about, I don't know, it was because he does commentary videos like we do. Although he's much better at it than I could ever be. And has a lot more integrity, I feel like, than most commentary channels. Not comparing him to anybody. I'm just saying that I don't really see him as being somebody that criticizes you. He just points out certain instances. And he tells the audience, just like I do, go over and watch the video if you want to, and form your own opinion. And he does that. I think he gives good, constructive criticism. I'm talking about Passing Through Productions is who I'm talking about. In case you didn't know. I know I said his name. And this is my thing. If I was at an event and I ran into Florida Man, would I say hello to him? No. Now, if I ran smack dab into him, I'd probably acknowledge him. Not the OTC acknowledgement, but just, excuse me, whatever, something like that. But I'm not going to go over there and talk to him like, now if he, whatever, approached me, I might, and depending on the approachment, how it came across, I might, be a little bit, I'm not going to use the term afraid, but just, I really don't want this, I don't want this. I might walk off. Let's put it that way. I might walk off. Like I say, if he said hello, I'd probably say hello and keep going. But I'm not going to go up there and say, hi, I'm Miss Vicky, and I critique you all the time, and I try to put you in your place, but I know I don't do a good job of it. I'm not going to walk up to him and say that. So what did they expect? Did they expect him to go up and say, hi, Will. Hi, Dawn. It's good to meet you finally. I mean, what did they expect him to do? And I know there's a lot of people that don't like commentary channels or reactionary channels. And that's your privilege. That's your right. You don't have to like us. But the fact is, we do sit and watch your videos. We are putting pennies in your pocket. And it's no different, as I've said many times before, than going to a movie theater and putting money into a Hollywood movie, actor, director, whatever, pocket. We can have an opinion. Now, we don't have to make fun of them. But we can have an opinion. Just like you can have an opinion of my channel. And I don't think that makes them bad. I know my nose starts running. But I don't think that makes us bad people. It's just we have an opinion. We have an opinion. And then they, some of them, not all of them, but some of them will say, oh, why don't you get your own content? This is my content. I have an opinion. And we all have one. So this is my content. It's no different than if I'm critiquing this lip oil. I'm critiquing a channel. And I mean, a public figure. And no matter what, if you're on this social media platform and you're constantly making videos, you're a content creator. You could be an actor playing a part. You're open to criticism. And I know that I have been, I know I have people blocked, but I block people for being mean. And when I say mean, when they call you names, when they body shame you, that's when I block them. And normally after one time, and I've said before, I don't block them at one time. I block them after several times. And also, I'll block you if you start talking about others on my channel in bad ways. Just not going to put up with it. And if it hurts my channel, it hurts my channel. That's all I can say about that. It's my channel. If I want to block you, I block you. Right. All right. I've said enough tonight, whatever day it is. And I'm going to work. I'm going to work and be zen. Be nice and polite. And be the real Vicky. But this person here is also the real Vicky. I have several personalities. So talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye. I do appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank you. Talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Love you. Bye.